Okay, in this video, I wanted to do a video to maybe show how to create a bot, because it's a bot. I had quite a bit of frustration or problems at the beginning. I think I finally got something working, and I think there's some bugs in the software, although I'm not 100% sure, and would be interested to see if anyone else is experiencing the same thing. So let's start here and create a bot. This may be useful for some other people as I struggled with this a little bit. So I'm just logging in to connect it to one of my accounts. Okay, and bingo, we're connected. I'm just going to connect it to this one here, just for fun. And so this is for test purposes, just to help anyone out if you're struggling how to make the bot function. And I did a few things, because I have it so it's on Facebook, and then I also played around so I could get it to work on a website. So I'll show you that too. So I don't know. Hopefully I'll get through this video quick. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it should be informative. Okay, so here we are. The first thing that I found I had to do was to so we've connected that page, and this is my fan page that we've connected. So now we go to automation and then flows. Okay. Now in this flows area here, and this keeps popping up. I don't know why. I know I tried to do all these steps, and when I got to this step, it looked like I could create a flow, but it doesn't check it off, and it just keeps popping up, and it's kind of annoying now because I can never get past 75%. It seems to work. My bot seems to work, so I think there's a little bug in the program with this thing only getting to this level. It doesn't go beyond and check it off and get out of my way. Okay, so that's just a side note there. So I've created a bot, and it's called okay, I'm just gonna check this one here, because I don't think I need this one here, but let me just check this one here. I think I could delete it if it's in my way. I'm trying to get all the junk out of my way that I don't. Yeah, I can delete that one. And I'm not sure, maybe that's a default when you start, it pops up that one. So let's go back out. Automation, flows. Let's go back to flows, okay. And then I'm just gonna get rid of this one, okay. Again, this thing pops up again. And I'm gonna see if I can't delete that, delete flow. Okay, so I delete that one. I don't want that, just keeps it less clutter for us. Okay, so I've got this bot here I made, or sorry, this flow I made before, but I'm going to show you how I made it. So let's go to edit. Okay, so we're in flows, remember. Okay, now, so I could start from scratch, okay, and I'm going to show you how I sort of built this too, because some people might not know exactly what I did. These are all little things you can move, little cards. They call them cards. So what is this card? Because you probably want to know what that is. This card here is I believe, let me just troubleshoot this here. Okay. Yeah, it's just asking questions, and then it's routing. I think it's just a basic text card. Let me just double check. So I think it's just one of these. You just drag this puppy here. Let's go over here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all that is. And then, okay. So what is this card? It has kind of not good. Let's check the questions I asked. I did a really, this bot is just for testing. I asked the question, how are you? And then I have first name, or that's the title. Sorry, this is the title. You can put anything here. This is just for your purposes. So I just put first name, how are you? And then fine, and then not good. So basically the way I created that, because I just dragged that text thing over here, we can do, I'll just do it over here, just so you get an idea. I went to here, settings, and I say, like, hey, how are you? I'll just go, hey, how are you? Okay, so that's my title. And the thing here, okay, I just want to scratch this right off so you see how it's done. how are you? And then I could put the 2 answers, fine. And then add another button that says something else. Not good. Okay, so those are the 2 answers that person might have, right? And I think that's the only thing that I have to do with those answers. There's also another thing that you have to do to get people to initialize into your bot, and this one took a little while to figure out. Is the trigger. This is where it is. Okay, you got to do it here. Okay, so we'll just say we'll just call this join. Okay, join or enter or join. Let's call it join here, and then you would add that, right? You would just add. No, you just save it. Okay, so really what you've got here now is almost this one here is almost like this one. It's the same. See, now it's added the extra thing here. Not good. Oh, okay, we're missing one for some reason. Not good and fine. Somehow fine didn't come. Let's see why. Go back there. Fine. Probably I only have one button, and I've got to add a button here. Not sure why it ended up like that. Okay, because you might have to have a. Oh, this is where the question is actually. Sorry. How are you? So you can tell I'm new a bit, right? Okay, so and then not good would be one answer. So I thought those were the 2 answers, but you know I was getting mixed up with here. So you're sort of repeating it because this can be titled anything. So add another button, and I can put fine. Okay. That'll do it now, and then we save that. Okay, so now we get the two options there, not good and fine, and next. And I guess we're not really using next because we're just basing it on the 2 answers, unless. So I'm not sure how the next thing works into all of this, because I'm not sure when it would ever go to the next. Let me just open that up again. So you can tell there's a few things I'm still learning about it. Like the person will have 2 choices, this answer or this answer. So I thought those are the only 2. So next, I'm not sure when the next feature would kick in. So let's not worry about that one right now. We're just gonna. So this is how that one was made. Okay. So now we can kind of skip over and save some time. So you sort of know how I made this one, and I had the key and how I put the keyword in there under trigger. And okay, let me just delete it. I gotta hit that little X at the corner. It's a little hard to see because I've got the and you can actually move this whole thing by just dragging around. That took me a while to figure out too. Okay, so you can move that in, and then you can zoom up. Okay, and out right there. So that might be handy for some people too. Okay, so get rid of this one now because it's really we have it up here. Okay, so I didn't use the next. I don't know when that comes into play. So if anyone else knows, I would be like to know myself. So I may need it someday. Okay, so I'm asking the question, how are you? And I say fine or not good. So when they say not good, I come over to this one, which is another text card. It's just another one of these cards, okay? But you've seen how I did that one there already. Let's go into the this little cog here. And so I say, hey, sorry to hear that you're not feeling well. And then the first name thing, that's just one of these. You just click on here. If you want to add a first name, that's their name. Let's do it at the end here. I'll just put some space just so I can show you. If I click this, okay, you got all these little attributes you can set. Okay, so first name, it'll pull it off, I guess, their Facebook account. I guess that's how it's done. So you see how it added cheers, and actually on the output it would say cheers and then whatever the name is. But we already got it here, so we don't need it here. I just want to show you how to access that. And you can add emojis, like so we could put emoji on that at the end of the cheers. We could just put a thumbs up or something. Okay, so just so you know how to access those emojis as well. This one here, where's this one here? Search personalization. That I'm not sure. I guess it's similar. It might be similar to some of these, but I'm not sure. Okay, so leave that out for now. We're just going to save this. Okay. Actually, before I save it, I want to show you the keywords here we have. Is join. Okay. And you could have multiple keywords. You could say join, and then you could say enter. Okay, we'll say enter. And there. So now we have two keywords. These will both be able to get into the bot. So we'll save that. And the reason I point that out, that was a little bit, I couldn't figure out how to do those two keywords, because there is a section along here. Where is it now? Yeah, it's up here. It's here. Okay, so let me just save this before I click on that so it doesn't disappear. Okay. Well saved. Okay. So click here. You'll see trigger artificial intelligence triggers. Problem is, if you go there, you can see it. You'll see our. Let's go click it there right now. Artificial intelligence. See, now these are default ones. The start and the stop ones are default keywords. I guess the start, stop, or start the bot. So here's the two: message join or enter, and get and test. These are some other ones. We can just forget about these for now. So these are the two keywords for that we just created. So but you notice here you can't create them here. You can only see them here. So that's where it could be confused a bit there. So let's go back to close again. We'll select the flow that we were working on here. Whoops, everything comes popping up again. Doesn't want to leave us alone. Did I get into the right one? I think I slipped my finger there. Oh, yeah, that's the right one. I think that's the right one. Okay, so if the person says they're not doing well, I'm basically just offering them, I think I showed you this already, I'm just offering them a book. Hey, sorry to hear you're not feeling well. Since you need a boost, I decided to give you full access to my dog training guide to help lift your spirits. You can get it 100% free at this link. I am sure you will feel great once you get your copy. So you can, this is just, again, for testing and showing you how things route. I guess this is how it looks like on a mobile. So let's save that. Now, what about if they say they're fine? So what I did here is I'm trying to send them to another thing that tries to ask for their phone number, I believe it was. Let's take a look at this one, and I'm going to show you how I made this card. Phone number request. Yeah, that's the title I've given it, so only I see this. Save phone number to custom field, and the drop down choices is, I guess, only phone number because this is a phone number box. And so I just put, great to hear you're doing well. Hey, what is the best phone number to reach you at? I have an important matter to talk about. So I'm just trying to get their phone number now. Now I guess you can disable any of these if you want to, but I left it. Okay, so I left it so the user can click on the box for their phone number, subscriber's phone number. Now I'm not sure if, as I haven't done enough experimentation with this, you might be able to turn them both off, and it may suck the phone number right out of Facebook, because people have phone numbers when they set up their Facebook profiles. And that's assuming we're going to use this bot in Facebook, which we are going to do in a few minutes. So this I'm going to try later on. I won't do it now, but this is the way I've got it set up now. So I have two. The user has two options. But what I've noticed when I actually have this running on Facebook, the user's phone number automatically gets populated here, and they can click on a button that has their number written in it. So that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure what happens if I take this button off it, if the number still gets pulled in. I'm just not sure, but then I can have another button just with something else on it. I'm just not sure what happens. So you might need this button. Okay, so that's and there's no triggers on this one, right? Because it's just flowing from the lines that we've drawn. And I'm now that I'm thinking about that, I better show you how to do the lines. because I had a little bit of trickiness to do that too. Okay, so let's zoom in on this a bit. Let's okay, there we go. Let's delete this line. The way I deleted it, I just put my mouse around here and click it, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, there we go. And I delete it. Okay, so now that's the line. The line is broken. So when they say that they're doing fine, you click on here, and this little thing all of a sudden comes at the end there. Just connect it to there and click, and then save it. Now you can have a delay built in if you want, seconds, minutes. Like I could say, okay, I want to have 3 seconds before it goes there, or 2 or 1. Let's just say 1. Okay. Type indicator. I think it just pretends that it's typing or something. We'll just try that. Let's leave it. It's not going to make much difference in what I had before. Okay, so now we're connected. Okay, so the next question you might want to know is, well, what is this box? How come this box is pink and these are blue? Because that box, that first one we started with, was a text box. This pink box is a ask for type of box. I'm asking for their phone number. So I'll just try to let's see if I can pull this out of the side here. Phone number. Let's move in here. See, it's the same type of box. So it's the default options in this one are they're typing in a valid phone number. See, now they're not really typing it in on Facebook from what I saw. So I'm not really sure how it knows valid or invalid. And then of course they have the skip option as we saw earlier in there. So I just want to point that out. So that's the box. So I'm going to close that back down. Go back over here. So you sort of saw that already. And we'll go into the settings of the one I already created. Okay. And then I'll show you the logic. It's pretty simple actually. So go back in the settings. So I said my title is phone number request, and then I said great to hear you're doing well. Hey, what is the best phone number to reach you at? I have an important matter to talk to you about. So again, it's just those two options as I showed you before. Okay, now if they and I'm not sure how it's validated, because this would be pulled right out of Facebook, I believe. So I always thought it would be valid, so I didn't think it would be an invalid thing. Maybe this option's if they're manually typing it from a website instead of through Facebook. That's my guess on that. So my flow is, if it's a valid one, they go to this box, which is yet another text box. As you can see, it's a blue. This one was made of like a blue text box. My settings in here. I'll show you the settings. Again, no triggers. There's only one trigger at the very beginning of my of this whole funnel, if you want to call it that. Title, phone number, received confirmation, and it says hey, and then first name is, again, you get it from here, right? So guy, that's how you get those custom first names. The emoji as well, you get it from here. Hey, first name, great. Now I can send you SMS every day, or maybe even every 5 minutes. That's just being funny there. Okay, so we will go back. That's the one option. So that sort of ends there at that point. If it's an invalid number, I go down here, ask for the phone number the second time. So I used another identical box to this one. It's a phone request box. I think I just asked again. Let's see what I did there. So that's another little thing in case someone fumbles it. I don't think on Facebook they can enter an invalid number because I think it pulls it out. So ask for phone number the second time. There's the phone. Hey, whoever you are, you messed up and gave me an invalid number. Please send me your correct number this time. Okay, so then I have subscriber's phone number. Again, that's trying to pull it out of Facebook, or the option to skip. So those are the only two options. Again, nothing here for triggers this is more if you're running an ad, there's videos on that. I'm not going to get into that though. That's if you're running an ad on Facebook. You paste this code into there's an area of Facebook when you're running an ad, message ad. Okay, so close that down. So that's the phone number. Ask for the second time. Now, if the second time they give me a valid number, let me zoom this out a bit because it's a little hard to. You see, I've got this one here. If they give me the correct number on this one, it goes this way. Or sorry, it goes here this way. Oh, I've got mine routing one actually. I just noticed that. I have a little error in the way I routed it. So this is phone number received, confirmation, and phone number not received. So I've got this wrong. I got to delete this one. Let's click that one. See, I found an error. Okay, delete this. Now, what we're going to do is click here again. So you see how that line disappeared? And we're going to connect it up here. So these are the, oops, something didn't work there. Click it again. Doesn't work the first time. Just try it again. Okay, save it. I'll just have this go immediately. So this valid number goes to this message. Another valid number goes to that one. If someone enters an invalid, well, I'm going to ask second time here. And if the second time he enters an invalid number, it goes to this box, as you can see. It just says, you still gave me the wrong number, or really just want to avoid me. Oh well, that's the way it goes sometimes. So that was just the last message, right? So it's just another text box. So up here, this is. And so if the first time they skip, instead of invalid, it goes to this message. It says, I cannot send you SMS messages all day long since you did not give me your number. Oh well, I'll have to think of another creative way to get your phone number, I think is what I said, and I'll show you how that's set up. So it's just a message. This is also just a text. No settings in here. Okay. So it's just a message there. Nothing special about that. So this should actually work now. And we can go try it out now and test it. So it's a very simple flow that we have. And, of course, you can do a lot more. But this will give you the basic to learn how things are connected and how they work. And then you can put time delays in between and stuff like that, as I showed you. So let's save all this just to make sure, because I don't know if I did any changes there. And now we can go into, I think it's the dashboard here. Okay. And let's try to preview that in Messenger. Let's try to go to my Messenger. Okay. It may not work because I was fooling around with this, and I think I don't want to clear my browser. It may work in my other browser, but it might not work in this one. Let's try it anyway. Let's see what happens. So remember the keyword was join. Yeah, it's got something in memory in this browser because I was messing around with it before. Let's go to, let's see if I can do it here. Sorry about that, because this is the same thing, and the reason it didn't work in here, I'm not 100% sure, because I was actually putting another chat on my website, and then once it was on my website, it was working, everything was working, but then I don't know, must have messed around. I think I have to refresh my cache on my browser, but I don't want to do that because then I got to re-intro all my passwords for all these other sites that I've got open. So basically what happens though, this is what happens on another Facebook account. It's the same thing that I have pulled in. And if you do what I did from a cold start, yours will work, okay? Trust me on that one. So let me just remove this. Okay, okay. So this is how it will look when it starts. Okay, and then you would just say join. Join, or no, we're already joined in. But once you join, it'll pop this up and type the word join. And then you could answer, okay, I'm not too good. Let's just try that answer. So watch what happens. See, hey, sorry to hear that you're not feeling well there. And it pulled in my name because it knew that's my name from my Facebook account. So that's where that's coming from. Since you need, okay, here's the message and here's the link. They can get the free PDF. Okay, that's the message here. So that ends at that point. But what happens if I didn't say not too good, if I said fine? So let's click that one. Fine. Okay, it's delaying a bit. Oh, there we go, finally. Great to hear, doing well. Hey, what is the best phone number to reach you at? I have an important matter to talk about. So now this is, I might have an error there actually, because I've only got one option. Let's go check that to see if it's true. This may be my, I'm not sure if this is pulling up the new data actually. So hopefully this will work. But let's go back here and see. Okay, this was, make sure I'm on the right spot here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to just double check that data. Okay, so we were here, I think, right? That's got both. Okay. Okay. And then it went to, yeah, so it's the only one that has both. This one also should have both. Let's just double check that. Okay. This is maybe a good learning experience because you're going to see, it's because I was messing with it before that this is all happening. If you do it from the cold start, everything should work for you. Yeah, because I have the two, eh? Okay, but there's another thing I can do maybe that might work here. If I can remember where to find it, there is a code. Let's see if it's in here. Okay, this is the start of the chat, right? So let's go to settings. And let's see, it's not on trigger. Here it is. This little link will take you to the start of this page. Copy this, right? And same thing with this one. This one has a few extra features which I'm not too familiar with yet. Okay, so this little link here, I'm just kind of concerned here because I look at the word get there. How come I have the word get there? I'm not, it's one. Maybe I change that. Okay, so the first word I have in my entry is get. Well, let's see if that's going to work if I type get here. Let's see. Is it pulling in the right one? No. Okay, because it's got something else going on here. So what I need to do, I think, is this. That link I copied just a second ago over here. Yeah, this link here. Just going to copy that again. Okay, that link here. I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to paste it at the top of my URL. And you might be able to, and I'm using Firefox now as opposed to Chrome, because Chrome has some, I don't want to clear my cache right now. Okay, so it's loading this. That's the default when it loads that link. So, whoops. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, it starts right here. I guess I should have deleted all this. You can delete these too, actually, the previous stuff. Just by going like that. Remove. Like here. Okay. Remove. So these might also be good tips. I don't know if there's a way to remove everything at once in here. It would be nice if there was, but I couldn't find it. So these just, we don't really need this. This is just kind of clutter right now. Let's get rid of the old stuff. And just see if it works. Hopefully this is going to work. Remove. So the keyword was get actually for this. Okay. So let's say I'm doing fine. Okay. And is it going to work to the next one or not? No, it's not. And it may also be that I have cache memory in here too. I had this working earlier before, that's all I did. So give that a go, and hopefully I'll work on this a little longer too, because no point dragging out the video. There is one more thing I could show you though. So yeah, you want it. You need the two options here, and I'm just not sure. I might have to delete everything and kind of start with a brand new funnel on a different page and everything, just to make sure I've kind of got this right, because it might work if I cleared my caches. Okay. Unless there's one more thing I might be able to do. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Sometimes these gurus, what they do is they go into an incognito browser. Let's paste that in here. See if that's going to go. That might kind of. It wants me to log in and all that nonsense. Not sure if I should be heading up. No, because I don't even know. No, okay, we'll just skip that part. Okay. So what I'm going to show you is one more little tip here that I found. Let's go back into the editor here. Is this one here. Now let's say you want to put this funnel on a website instead of Facebook. So what you do there is you would click this guy here, and depending what kind you want, there's a whole bunch of different ones. I like the chat one myself because it gave the same experience that you get on Facebook, but it's right on your website and it sort of stays there. This one, it's kind of more of a box that would kind of link it back into Facebook. So these would either have to, open up their Facebook, or they'd be prompted to do that if they're not already in Facebook, and then it would go to Facebook, and then that's where they'd be doing the chatting. Whereas this one just keeps the chat right on your website, and it still will log them. It will still, if you're trying to collect leads, it can still collect the lead from your website, but keep the chat open on your website. So that's the difference. I kind of like this one, so I'll show you this one. So we're going to create a brand new one from scratch, or actually I have one already made, and I'll show you how it's made. So if you want to create one, you just click it here, create new, and then give it a name, and then it'll prompt you to the next screen, which is the same thing as going to edit here. So I've made one of these for my Convertry page. Convertry is just a website funnel builder for promotions and stuff. So it doesn't matter really what kind of website you have. So here we go. We first have to do the settings. So I left it in English. I just called it a traffic page, and I just left this alone because I'm not really worried about that right now. I may change it later. And I put it at 3 seconds after the number of seconds, which is 3, and that this widget, this thing here, will appear on my site. Okay, so you can put it at 0, I guess, if you want. And I have it for mobile and desktop, and this will happen at every visit. You can change this to never, after hours, or fast. So those are all just settings you can play with. And then the look I change the color. This will get kind of like this orangey brown color, and then there's a bubble that can appear at the bottom here. I have it so it has the bubble and that on there too, because these are selectable. So the bubble and the greeting dialogues. You can just show the bubble alone. Yeah, so the bubble and greeting dialogue. Okay, so hey, great, you logged into Facebook. These are the two messages I put in because this bot wants to kind of know if they're in Facebook, so it can kind of connect. I guess it connects with Facebook, or it adds it to Messenger. So maybe it can't add to Messenger unless you actually log on. So if it says, hey, great, you're logged into Facebook, it sort of detects it. And it'll also detect if they're not logged in, and it'll give them this message if they're not. Hey, you should log in Facebook first. So these are just messages I made up, just so you know. So now we're going to the next screen, which is submitted. Okay. Now I'm adding this message type is a flow type, and it's the same chat box that we were working before called dog ebook phone number request. That was the one we were working on, and so it's done. And now I just need to go to this last tab and get my code snippet. And the code snippet, you know what happened here? It's funny because I think we have to save them on each stage of the way. I'm not sure. Let's just check that. I might have to make a new one with you if this doesn't work. Welcome to the wonderful world of computer, where things are buggy and don't always work when you want them to. For you. Okay. And there's more settings that you can get here. Now it works. So yeah, I have to save it along the way. Okay. So this is my snippet code I'm going to put on my website. So I'm going to copy this. Okay. Copy that. Now I'm going to go to my website, which is Convert. I have a test page in Convertri, I made. Okay, so Convertri has a, you know, when any website designer, you usually have an area you can add an HTML code. So Convertri has that too. I already have the dialog box there. And I'm going to paste it in here. Okay, that's that code we just copied. We save it. Okay, and now I'm just going to publish this page. Okay, okay, and my published page is almost done. That's the link to my published page right there. Okay, so we just copy that link, copy it. Okay, cancel, and I'm going to open a new tab here. New tab. I'm going to paste it in. I'm going to take a look at what it looks like. Live. Now we're live. Okay, so this was my page. And you're going to see in a bit that little, hopefully, yeah, there it is. So this little thing popped up. That's what we created. So that's kind of cool. Hey, great, you're logged in. So it knows I'm logged in. And then I can continue. So that's, you know, so you can toggle this, by the way. Okay. So I'm going to continue as Dave. So it's pulled in my name. So this is again the error I had sort of from the last one, because I was messing around with it. It's sort of, I don't think Facebook dumped it out of its memory, or my browser didn't dump it out. So that's why I'm just getting that kind of thing going on. You may find those issues too later as you're moving through it. You may have to clear your cache or something like that. So I'll just put here, I'm not too good. Okay, let's see if it works. See, yeah, it worked. So we get the right message. And now if I go back here, I can check if it's going to flow through the chat box. If I type the word fine, let's see what happens. It should respond with a different thing here. Yeah, there it goes. So, oh yeah, now pulled in the number. See, this is what I was telling you about. Last time I only had skip. That was a number I had attached to my Facebook. No longer, I don't think it's no longer my number, but it was pulled in through my Facebook, if that's what's in my account, and you have the two options. So it's somehow, I don't even know if I have to ask them to type a number, because it's pulling it right in from Facebook, even though it's on my website. That's why I was asking. I was thinking before that this number they might have to type in, it doesn't look like they do it. I think it pulls it directly in from Facebook, even if I'm on my website. So I have an option to just click this. Maybe I could change this message to say, is this your number, or please confirm your number, by clicking on it, and they'd click on it, or they could skip. So if they click here, that's what happens. They should be routed to a different. It says, yeah, Dave, great. Now I can send you SMS every day, or maybe even every 5 minutes. Just trying to be a bit humorous there. Now if I go back here, let's try the skip message so you can see it. So if you click fine, it'll give us those two options again. Now if I skip this time, yeah, Dave, I cannot send you SMS messages all day long since you did not give me your number. Oh well. I'll have to think of other creative ways to con you into giving me your number. Okay, so that's the flow. Hopefully this helps someone. I do rather like this, the way the chat box stays on my website, but it is actually adding the, like if someone on your website sees a chat box like this and then they start engaging with it, they'll get it added to your messenger list. So that's kind of neat. So that's my video. Hopefully it's helpful. I wouldn't mind seeing if anyone else has some other videos, because I could probably learn from some of them too. But I hope this is helpful in some of you guys getting started, because I found the tutorials, they were good up to the point where I got to the automation section, and then everything was PDF, and it was quite confusing actually, because I think some information was missing. You know, it was just like little snippets of information here and then. It just wasn't all put together in some way, like from start to finish to actually make a bot. And I thought that would have just saved me so much time, because it doesn't take that long to kind of see what I did. And as you can see, this has only been my second day with this thing, so that, you know, I mean, obviously once you know how this thing works, it's not going to be that long. If you just saw someone doing it, that's the key. And probably having different videos of different types of funnels, like different types of options, would be very good to have, because I mean, I'm just showing you a couple of options here, right? But there's no, it's pretty basic actually. Okay, so hopefully this has been helpful to someone out there. All right, looking for some more videos from you guys.